Hi there, this is Elisha and I welcome you to my YouTube channel. In this video, I'm going to show you how you can actually calculate the angle that is between two vectors. So without any further ado, let's take a ride. If let's say we have two vectors which are position vectors, and then these vectors may have the I component. They may also have the j component, like the ones that we have here. And then they say determine the angle between these two vectors. How can you determine that angle? So for you to be able to determine the angle between two vectors, you first of all have to know how to find the dot product of two vectors. So now, how do you do that? That's what I'm here to show you. So now we have these two vectors, and we're gonna write them in component form. So we say vector A, and when we find the dot product of these two vectors, what will be the answer? So first of all, we are going to write these in component form. So we're gonna say the I component is 1, the j component is 0. Then that they have to be multiplied. This one has to be multiplied with the components of vector B. So what are the components here? We have a 3 as the j component, and a 3 as an I component, and then 5 as the j component. Now, how do you find the dot product? So the dot product will be 1 times 3, that will be 1 by 3 plus 0 by 5. So that's how you find the dot product. That's how you find the dot product. The answer will be a scalar. So there we go. Is equal to 3 plus 0 is equal to 3. So the dot product of vector A and vector B is a 3. That's what we found. Then we need to know the formula that we use to determine the angle between two vectors. Okay, so we found the dot product, which is the first step in determining the angle between two vectors. So now let me write the formula. So the formula is cos theta is equal to the dot product of the two given vectors divided by the magnitude of vector A multiplied by the magnitude of vector B. So far we found the dot product of the two vectors. What we remain with is finding the magnitude of vector A. We can find the magnitude of vector A. So we can say magnitude of vector A is given by, we check, because the magnitude of a vector is given by that. We can also check since we have the I component and the j component, we can actually plug in those here. So now what is it that we have as the I component? We have a 1 squared plus the j component is 0. So it has to be squared. So here we go. This one will be 1 times 1 plus 0 times 0. That will be 1 plus 0, which is equal to 1. So the magnitude of vector A is equal to 1. All right, so now having found the magnitude of vector A, we now have to find the magnitude of vector B. So here we go. So vector B has these components. That's the I component and the j component. So the I component is actually 3 squared. Then the j component is 5. If you haven't seen the video on how to find the magnitude of a vector, you can look for it. I did one on this same channel. So here we go. What we're going to have is a 9 here, because when you expand 3 squared, you're going to have 3 times 3, which gives us a 9. This one equally will give us 25. So now, this one will be actually 34. So we've actually found, we can punch the calculator just to find that answer. So now we have the 3 components that we need to have for us to determine the angle between 2 vectors. We have the dot product of vector A and vector B, which is actually a 3 here. We have the magnitude of vector A. We also have the magnitude of vector B. So we can now plug them into that equation. Let me write that. What we do is we say cos theta is equal to the dot product of vector A and vector B is actually a 3. So I write a 3, and then the magnitude of vector A is actually a 1, multiplied by the magnitude of vector B, which is 34. Now, since we are looking for the angle, what we need to do is we get rid of this cos by bringing in the inverse, even this side, the inverse. So this one and that one will cancel. We're going to have theta, which is equal to cos inverse of 3 over 1 times the square root of 34. So when we punch that on the calculator, we're going to have theta, which is equal to 59 degrees. So friends, that's how we find the angle between 2 given vectors, and how you find the dot product of 2 given vectors. If you've liked the video, I urge you to go ahead and tap the like button, drop a comment in the comment section, and then don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell so that anytime I happen to post a video, you happen to be alerted. Thank you so much for watching.